to the Singletrack Session number 81 here with the TrailManners podcast, once again in Balmer Studio. Another week, running out of March. Spring started.
Thank goodness.
Everything's unfolding now.
I noticed that a little bit on the trail yesterday. There's a couple buds.
Was there?
Yeah.
Like flowers.
Yes.
Okay, not the
So
tweaker kids
we're
that
not
go
one of
before high
those-
school.
We're not one of those states yet.
I just didn't know the kids before high school getting primed, ready to go to.
Yeah,
you know,
they're
English.
hanging their buds in the dry in the trees up there on the trail.
just getting ready for. We're studying Shakespeare. Like,
Yeah,
we better
that's
go
right.
hit it. But yeah, it's getting nicer out. Today's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Lots going on. It feels like now, even though, again, we're in Utah, so I know there's other people in parts of the country, but it feels now starting to feel like running season.
Almost.
You know, it's like been cold and flip-flopping us, and we had some good days here and there in the winter that we weren't expecting.
Right.
But it's almost like it's turning the corner.
It's getting closer, huh?
It's turning the corner. And I think some of that for me is Buffalo Run stuff.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
Marks the time of year,
it marks
right?
the time of year for us. It's like our Groundhog Day.
Yeah, almost.
You know, that we plan on every week, but every year. But yeah, lots to talk about. Some good, some bad, some ugly. But first off, we're going to start with a big announcement.
Yeah.
We've been panning for this for a while now. Just hit as of, well, pretty much Tuesday the 20th.
Yes.
First day of spring, I think. Is that the official first day?
Yes.
Okay, so perfect timing. We have a Kids Case sponsor.
We do.
I was fortunate enough to go and meet with them a couple days ago, yesterday, whenever, and do a tour of their facility.
Mm-hmm.
Knew a little bit about them ahead of time, thank
Right.
goodness, but it's local here in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
They got another company in Vancouver, BC, another office setting and everything.
Don't they have one in Europe, too?
I'm not sure. I thought it was just those two. I'll have to do some more stalking
Okay.
on that. But our Kids Case sponsor, McKenzie Exhibits.
I know.
And that's not maybe familiar with some people out there.
I had no idea who they were.
See, and I knew who they were just from the trade show days,
Yeah.
right? From OR and some other trade shows I've gone to. So they're a company that builds trade show booths.
Right.
That's kind of their prime. And I mean, they do it from drawings to finished product.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, they gave me the tour yesterday. I met Jared and then Mimi's the one we've been speaking with. But I met Jared and John Stewart, our friend that helped facilitate this. So thanks, John. I'll owe you a couple beers. But I got this killer tour yesterday.
Right.
I got to start where he was putting together their Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some ideas he wants to do with that. We go in the back, and then it's the cool wood, smell like cutting wood,
Right.
sawdust in the air,
Mm-hmm.
CNC machines, to where they kind of make the magic happen.
Right.
Next set of warehouse over, he's like, this is kind of like our Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
So it's where they store all the booths. I didn't know they did that. So
Yeah.
if you have a booth, they'll store it for you.
For like until next year.
Yeah, until
Right.
you need it again.
Yeah.
And it's in all those like crates, big crates. And
Oh, yeah.
all of them have stamps on the side. I saw Solomon.
Totally, right?
You know, Arc'teryx, all these.
Indiana Jones.
It totally was. I'm
Yeah.
like, can I go in the back and,
Yeah.
check out some.
You're going to lose your eyeballs.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Can I shoot
Remember that?
eyeballs, shoot lasers? But it's super cool, amazing company. They're super excited.
excited.
They kept telling us how excited they were to be a part of it. And of course we are, not just for the simple fact we got a sponsor for the Kids K, but they just seemed extremely vested in it. You know,
It's a
like
good
this is
fit
really
for
cool.
us.
It is. I mean, that's what they thought. This is really neat what you guys are doing.
Right.
We're so excited to be a part of it. And he's like, we feel lucky to be a part of it, which made me feel good.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a amazing tour. All the people I met there were just really cool.
Right.
And again, we have a friend that works there for a while now, and he's always had nothing but good things to say about it. And that's not always the case with employers.
That's true.
But yeah, super excited. So McKenzie Exhibits, you'll have to check them out.
They're legit.
Man, some of the stuff they make is
know.
ridiculous. Like he's telling me, we did this with LED lights, and this
Right.
one here has this,
And
and
they make exhibits for the big boys.
oh yeah, and they're gorgeous. They did.
Yeah.
They were telling me they did one for, I want to say Vivint, I think, from some show they did in January maybe.
Right.
And it was like a street, and they actually had like 5 miniature homes they built
What?
that looked like a neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there was like one of their huge projects they just had, but they'll do it all.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to have them make me like a tiny home I can pull around my car or something like
Yeah.
that. They could probably do it.
Right?
Yeah, why not, right? But yeah, so thank you, Mackenzie Exhibits. We're super excited to be working with you guys out there. Super excited now because we just kind of been waiting for that before we really launch the Kids K registration, because we want to make sure that people know that because of Mackenzie Exhibit, this Kids K is going to be everything we want it to be.
Exactly.
You know, we had plans to do it anyway regardless, but this really puts it over the top to say, hey, this is...
It takes some stress off of us. Right?
Yes, big time. Big time. So the gray hairs now can kind of fade back to my natural brown.
Oh, I wish that would be the case.
Isn't that how it works?
No.
Oh, shit.
Wish some of that balding would go away, right?
It's like,
that'd be nice.
That forehead's looking bigger, Eric. I know. But yeah, so thank you again, Mackenzie Exhibit. Super excited to have you on board. And stay tuned. We're going to get that Kids K opened up, and we're just super excited to be working with another amazing company because we have so many others that we're fortunate enough to work with the Ogden Trail Running Festival. Let's move on.
All right.
So might as well. Speaking of companies, they just had one that sold for a couple $.
One or two?
Yeah, a little handshake, spit in the palm. So Altra.
Yeah.
Altra.
Yeah.
Zero drop.
Zero drop.
Has been purchased.
Again.
Again. For more than a couple bucks.
I hope so.
Yeah. Looks like VF is the company.
Right.
And they own North Face.
Smart Wool.
Some other companies.
A couple other big companies.
So it's going to be interesting now. There's been a lot of social media buzz trying to see what is going to happen now. Like, how's this going to affect things?
Yeah.
And that's always the case. I mean, as we know here in Utah especially, we knew Golden and Brian and Jeremy, the three people that started this in the kitchen.
Right.
And then they got purchased.
Yep.
And
by Icon.
By Icon. And now they're moving to, VF. Whoever the heck that
VFC. VFC.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that rolls out.
Yeah.
Because I know Brian. We know Brian. He's still a big part of the company.
Oh, yeah. He was probably pretty big in this sale.
Yeah, well,
I imagine.
I hope he, got some new fly rods out of it. And
I imagine he's going to get one or two really nice fly rods.
I hope so.
And I hope they get to stay in Logan, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, that's kind of been something here for Utah that's been good. As much, and the other thing you got to pay attention to is how many sponsored races they've had, the big ones, right?
Yeah.
Like how's
that
going to change?
How's that going to change, right?
Because well, this race is sponsored by North Face Ultra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is there going to be some
I hope
competition there?
They don't do that.
Yeah.
Where remember Montrail and Columbia did that? That was such a joke.
Well, yeah, it's like, what kind of shoes do you have? These are Montrail, Columbia.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
They're Frankensteins, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're still crappy shoes.
Yeah, because the North Face never dialed their shoes in.
They tried to be the Pearl, right?
Yeah.
They tried to do the Pearl Zoomy thing.
And they just could never dial in.
Nope.
So maybe something's going to happen there.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I hope not.
You imagine just checking a North Face sign on like a pair of, I don't know.
Ultras.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a model real quick off the top of my head.
We'll see.
Yeah, so interesting. Congratulations to the people that made out with that how they wanted to. You just don't know how it's going to affect people.
I hope that they can keep their company headquarters in Utah. Maybe not. Logan would be awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'd have to move out of Icon.
Yeah, they're going to have to get out of that building.
Get Icon. But it'd be cool if they could stay here out west because that's where the culture is.
Well, it's where
it's not. Okay, I have to be careful. The culture started here. It should stay here. It should not move back east.
Yeah.
It's not an East Coast culture.
Yeah.
The company's not, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and the core of it.
I mean, lots of people buy Ultras back east. I understand that.
Yeah.
But the company should stay here. The culture's based here in the West.
Well, a lot of the names of the shoes, a lot of the...
Yeah, they're based here. They're not based off of the Allegheny River or,
Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, exactly. That.
Times Square.
Yeah, the Ohio River, right?
We'll see how that pans out. Not a lot has been said about it other than the sale happened.
Yeah,
so there's not a lot of other stuff, but I'm sure it'll
be
unfold.
fleshed out in the next year or so.
Yeah, we'll see that come down the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And then some unfortunate news. We'll go there. Two unfortunate news stories. You just talked to me about one that I missed.
Okay.
Camille Heron.
Yes.
One of our favorites.
Yeah.
We just love watching her.
I know.
And Joel mentioned to me before he went on air that she has a few issues, or one issue for sure.
Yeah, she was racing this weekend. I don't know if it was in the U.S. or overseas, but she was trying to set a new record for 24 hours. And somewhere in that 8-hour range, she started feeling funny, abdominal problems, and then right about hour 12, she pulled the plug, and she went to the hospital.
Uh-oh.
She has rhabdomyolysis.
Oh, man.
So basically, her kidneys can't clear out the buildup of muscle damage fast enough. And I hope she's not done racing.
Yeah. And we've seen that.
Yes.
We were talking about that. We've seen some stellar runners and even everyday runners, really, that come down with this, and they're just never the same. And not just in running, in their everyday life.
Their life, they're not the same. It's hard to bounce back from this. I mean, you can, but can you come back to the same level? I'm not quite sure.
Well, and the level she was at, too.
Oh, man, she was on fire.
Yeah. That's just a bummer for the... I mean, for her personally, for sure, but for the trail running community, it's just an absolute bummer. You hate to see that happen to anybody.
You do. And, she was really optimistic and upbeat on social media saying, hey, I'm going to be ready for Comrades, which, was a big race in South Africa. No. Sorry. But if I was her sponsor, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
No way.
Let's dial this back.
Let's
get you healthy.
back. Exactly, because you're our biggest athlete right now.
Yep.
We need you to be healthy
for
the next 5 years.
And for her, just
right?
personally.
Exactly.
I mean, that'll play tricks with your life.
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Comrades and Western States were, I don't know, it's about 6 weeks apart. So, I mean, if anything, get her healthy for Western.
Yeah.
Or say, no, you're done until the fall.
Yeah.
Get healthy and run North Face. Something like that.
North Face Altra race.
Yeah, exactly. Right. How's that going to flesh out?
Just change it to the VF.
Yeah.
Or whatever those are going to be called.
Oh, man. I hope she can bounce back, but it is so hard to come back from that and participate at the same level. And, it goes back to that conversation we've had before. These sponsors need to do a better job of having an athlete manager that says no.
Yeah. And we've talked about it with her on the show, just how much she runs, and we kept saying if she keeps healthy,
yes,
and that's the thing anywhere. But this is a little bit different.
I love seeing her race because she is so happy.
Yep,
she's just I feel joy when I see her race.
Yep.
But she raced way too much this year already.
Well, and we just saw the racing, right? I mean, the training that goes behind that to get to the level she's at. I mean, that's a different level too.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't know. It's unfortunate, and Camille, I know you listen to the podcast, but
exactly. We wish you the best, but girl, dial it back.
Yeah. We absolutely wish you the best, and can't wait to see you come back sometime when it's the right time, right?
Exactly. So that threw a big wrench into many people's Ultra Run of the Year prediction contest.
I didn't have her on mine, top 5.
No.
I didn't think. I thought she wouldn't. I thought she'd get like chicken pox or something.
Chicken pox. She get the shingles.
She got shingles. She got shin splints, and she had to sit it out. So that's the first bit of unfortunate health issues for athletes.
Right.
And we had another one.
Yeah.
The Hornet.
Oh my gosh! Did you see that break?
That's ridiculous.
That wasn't like a little one.
No. So
that was a big owie.
So Killian, if you didn't hear, Killian had a fall.
Yes.
He was doing a ski mountaineering race, and it was a 2-person kind of a team thing.
Yeah.
And they were basically going to win it. It was the last
like
stage.
Day 4.
Yeah,
right?
It was like pretty much the last stage, last day.
Yeah.
They were crushing it. Well, he had a fall.
Yeah.
And broke his fibula. And did some damage to either his knee or his ankle. I can't remember. Some tissue damage as well.
I can see that, yeah.
But he had a X-ray of the fib, and it's definitely broken.
Yes, there's some separation there.
Looks like a chicken wing gone wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like those pictures, but it's just I hated to see it.
I know, right?
Guy, he's just such a nice guy. Does it all.
Yep.
And not that you want to see even bad people break a leg, but I mean, guys like him, he's just too nice.
He is.
And it's like that shouldn't happen to people like you.
Yeah. So, question is, will he be ready for Hard Rock?
I don't know. I mean,
say no.
You look at a guy like that.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Like his genetics and DNA, he's like an Avenger.
Yeah,
right?
He's the outlier.
He's an Avenger.
He is, right?
He's one of the superheroes.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but you never know because that was a good break. It wasn't like just this hairline fracture. It was.
Yeah, I don't know if he needs surgery for that.
Yeah, but
they might go in and plate that and then go back in and take the plate out when it's healed. But what's that? 6-8 weeks off?
Maybe they could use some of the material that Captain America's shield's made out of.
Adamantium?
Yeah, from the Black Panthers area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe you come back stronger. because they don't test for that.
No,
it's not on WADA.
Yeah, it's not on the WADA list, is it?
But yeah, it's just unfortunate, and we hate to see stuff like that happen, especially, people getting how hard they work, and this is probably his last snowy thing he's gonna do.
True.
You know what I mean?
It could have been his last snow event.
Yeah, before he starts transitioning into jumping over the Himalayas or something silly.
Jumping over the Himalayas.
But yeah, it's an unfortunate situation for Killian. We hope that he comes back strong.
Gosh,
you never know. I mean, he could just chug a bunch of goat milk and heal right up and be good to go, or I don't know.
Emily's going to rub some herbs on it.
There you go. Rub some herbs, do a little yoga, go to the hillside with the little chakra guy and drink straight from the tap from the goat, the magic goat.
The goat teat.
Yeah, the goat teat, and hopefully gets better. But yeah, it'd be unfortunate not to have him at these races.
Yeah.
He just adds a whole different level, not just the competition, but just his presence.
Yeah.
Just everybody loves him. You can't not like Killian. I tried.
Yeah.
I absolutely tried to not like him.
Yeah, back in 2010, you just did not want to like him.
No, and I met him at Western States, and I came in like, I got brass knuckles in my hand.
Yeah,
if something happens, and he was just the nicest guy.
Yeah,
and I walked
felt
away.
Like a big turd.
I did. I walked away going, man, I want to hug you.
Yeah, that's right. Come here.
So get healthy, Killian. I know you listen to the show as well. Next up, let's kind of shift gears from the sadness to talk about some fun stuff. Chuckanut results came through.
I know.
And big day, fast day. And once again, people that aren't mainstream. How about that?
They're going to be, right?
They will be. Came out.
Yeah.
Right?
That's just the nature of ultra running
names
now.
I'm looking at. And I'm happy, though. I'm going to start with the men. I usually start with the women, and I apologize, ladies. The men's side, Cole Watson won it.
Yeah.
And that can be kind of an Irish name. I see Cole.
Yeah, but your boy came in third.
He did.
Yeah.
I was so
Podium.
stoked. I was so stoked. So yeah, and so Cole came in at 3:36.
That's so
first
fast.
place, right? Second place, Patrick Smythe, 3:40.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's
that's
pretty
4
close.
minutes behind.
Yeah.
Paddy O'Leary.
That's right.
Our man Paddy O'Leary. He came in at 3:47.
That's all pretty close.
So it's 11
minutes.
minutes.
Did you see who came in top 10? The old guy, Uli.
Oh, I didn't check out everything.
Yeah, so Uli goes back a long time.
He's got no toenails.
That dude is fast.
Yeah.
Crazy fast. He used to win White River all the time.
Every year.
Yes. He's like in the league of like Matt Carpenter.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Matt Carpenter is, you need to go Google that right now.
Yeah, for sure, man.
He's like fast
champ.
like that, fast and analytical like that.
That's awesome.
That was cool to see his name on the start list and top 10.
And then the women's side, Keely Henninger, who's no stranger to winning. So she came in at 4:07, and that's pretty close to the men's top 3.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then second was Anna Marie Madden at 4:15. Gina Slyby came in at 4:28.
Yeah.
And fourth,
I know.
Ellie Greenwood, 4:28. She was 12 seconds back at third.
So happy to see that.
That was awesome because we talked about that last week.
Yeah.
It's like we would love to see her have a good day.
Oh, yeah.
And she was only 12 seconds out of third.
I know.
That's pretty good. So, yeah, congratulations to the people that ran that race. Our friend Jeff Hart was out there running.
Was he?
Yeah, he was out there running, and hopefully I get to see him in April. He's supposed to be coming down to Design Traverse.
Right.
Heading down to that. But, I got to get up on that. I got to get in the Chuckanuts.
Get in the Chuckanuts.
I want a shirt, too. That says Chuckanuts.
That's just kind of funny to say.
Yeah, it really is. It's like I want a squirrel on it, too. And it says Chuckanuts. So that's what I'm
chucking the nuts.
Yeah. So I'm going to go up there, and hopefully they got a T-shirt shop like on Main Street that just kind of makes their own shirt. You know what I mean?
They're going to see you a mile away. They'll be like, I know this guy. I know
this guy's coming in. We got an orange shirt with his name on it.
That's right.
So that was the Chuckanut results. I mean, there's a lot of races this past weekend, and we're not bringing them all up. There's a lot of races.
Talk about just the big ones.
And and we'll bring up. I mean, Walmsley decided to win another race again.
Man, I was hitting Twitter refresh all day Sunday. It was like, when is this thing going to take place?
And
it took. I don't know why they delayed the results, but that thing was a snowy monster. I'm like, how's Walmsley going to do in this?
That was a
and
beast.
Of course,
he won in let's see, he was a 42K. I don't have his time.
So that's basically a marathon.
Yeah, so it was Carrera Alto Sil, and I'm sure I pronounced that wrong because it's Italian or Spanish. It was CARRER space capital A Alto. That's like a voice in singing.
Like
I was in choir, and then the next word is Sil, SIL.
Yeah.
So you guys say that in your best Spanish
translation,
but yeah, he won that. So
Yeah, pretty handily.
yeah, again, and he won it last year
Right.
too. So he's got to quit winning all these races for
Well,
people.
I'd like to see him not go over there next year.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Yeah, that's one I've never heard of.
Well, I'm not sure why he went over last year, if that was like a sponsor thing or what.
I don't know. Maybe he likes the name.
Yeah, he came home with some nice cash, and I'm sure
That's not a bad thing.
I'm sure Hoka matched it.
They better. It's like their boy, man.
Yeah. He goes over there and gets 2,000 euros or whatever, and then Hoka's like, okay.
Is that like $50? How much is that like? What is 2,000 euros?
Oh, it's probably close to 2,500 in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Because the euro's definitely valued. Well, it used to be valued higher.
We haven't checked today, though.
No, I haven't checked today.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up my phone right now and see how my stocks are doing.
You got to check that.
In the
You
Euro exchange.
in your bank account over in Sweden.
It's in
Switzerland. Switzerland, sorry. Wrong S country. Another cool thing happened. Now, this guy's been around a long time.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have been because he's still a young guy. Still crushing it. Mike Foote.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man. That's all I can say. So Mike Foote, he's up in Montana.
Yep.
One of the rut dudes,
Uh-huh.
right? So he spent 24 hours skiing uphill
Yeah.
and then downhill,
Right.
right? So he went to do a new world record for the most vertical feet gained in 24 hours.
On skis?
On skis.
Okay.
So 61,200 vertical feet. It was at the Whitefish Mountain in Montana, the resort there. He repeated the same 1,020-foot ski run 60 times.
Yeah, that's pretty monotonous.
And the previous record was 60,350.
Wow.
And that was from 2009. So he beat it by a little bit, like, 800, 900 feet. But yeah, 60 times up and down the same thing. Holy mackerel. That's hard. I mean, I don't even
what
like
Killian would do on something like that.
I don't even like doing loops on a race. 50K on the island, man. That's 225K loops.
Yeah.
I'm not even in ski boots, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's insane. 60 times on 1,000-foot ski loop.
That's
60 times. I'd lose count. There would have to be someone there with
I think somebody was there with the little clicker.
They need a
little
whiteboard with a big sign as I came through.
One.
Yeah, they'd have to because I would be like, 60 times. That's insane.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that makes my giblets sore. Okay, so this weekend, we got the next phase of the Buffalo Run.
Right.
We've got the 50K, the 50-mile, and the 100-mile going on this weekend.
Right. So that's Friday and Saturday of this weekend.
And before we get too far, we want to give a shout-out to Toby. You know who you are, Toby. It's your first 100. We met you down in St. George, asked some questions on the Ask TrailManners.
Right.
She did well at the Red Mountain 50.
Right.
Okay, and so she's primed and ready. I'm guaranteeing for the 100, you're going to do awesome.
The weather looks cool enough that won't be an issue.
Yeah,
heat won't be an issue.
It's changed the last couple of days. It was supposed to be just nasty. And when I looked this morning, it looked like it was going to be
manageable.
Maybe cloudy with 51.
Right.
So
a little precip.
Maybe, yeah. So, take some garbage bags.
Garbage bags.
They're cheaper than
they are.
rain
Get
jackets.
that big poncho.
Yeah.
Get the big orange poncho that goes down to your shins.
Yeah, the one you can buy that packs up for like $1.99.
Damn right, those things
Coghlan
are good.
at Walmart. Yeah, those two were
I mean,
good.
they don't breathe worth a dang. But
they don't
They're
breathe
going to
at
keep
all.
you dry, and those bison will see you a mile away.
They'll be scared of you.
That's right. Here comes the big orange.
They'll back away. So, good luck to everybody running out on the island this weekend. I'm going to try and get out there on Saturday. Just the format of it, I'm trying to figure out my prime time to be there so I can see people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll figure that out once I see when the races start and everything. So, good luck for everybody out there. What else we got going on? I guess we'll do, let's do the Strava, and then we'll go Where'd Your Feet Take You.
Okay.
Strava week this week, a new person on the distance. John, man, I wish they wouldn't do this to me. John Maroshek.
Maroshek.
Maroushek.
Okay.
107.7.
Oh, that's a lot.
Run time, Andy Noyes.
Of course.
He's dominating that category. He's 29:31. And
gosh.
Climbing, Erin Hill. She's dominating that category.
Holy cow, Erin.
25.771.
Erin Turtle Hill, what are you getting ready for?
I don't know, man. Maybe she's going to go up and beat Mike Foote's thing on the ski course, right?
I like it.
Man, that's crazy. She's been pounding in those
I know.
vert.
Lots of mail-ins repeats, I guess.
Something. So great job, Erin. That's a lot. So, and on our Strava page, we're up to 394 people.
Holy cow.
On our
That's
Strava page.
That's a lot of folks.
That is. So I'd like to get 400 just because.
We'll get there by the end of the year.
I hope so. We get there by the end of the month. That's only 6 more people. So there's 6 people listening right now that aren't on our Strava page.
Yeah. Okay,
So
maybe by the end of the week.
I'm going for that.
Okay.
All right, now let's get into the Woody Footies. A lot of good ones this weekend. There's some cool ones, some new people.
Yep.
One of my favorites was somebody tagged Logan that took a picture in Louisiana.
That was a good picture.
It looked exactly like I thought it might look.
Yep, a little dirty.
Yeah, kind of brown
scary.
and flat.
Yeah.
But it was funny because he's like, Logan, check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great photos this week. In fact, as we've said before, this has been sponsored by the Sign Garage. I went down there last week and I'll get into it next, but to talk to them about some things that we're doing. And once again, man, hooking me up. I got this really cool little...
oh, yeah. You got a little gin drinker.
Yeah, man. It's so cool. I've already used it.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I've already used it for a gin and tonic. I'm kind of on that now. I'm looking for gin requests. What do you like gin-wise, okay?
Yeah.
Just to see what you go for. And I'm
the
looking
brands, right?
The brands. I'm
You're
looking
after
for
the
some good brands, and I'm looking between like $20 and $30 range.
Okay, so a bottle is $20 to $30.
Because under 20 is probably not good.
Yeah, you go blind off that stuff.
Yeah, and over 30, I just can't afford it.
Yeah, your pocket
because I only got one kidney.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I can only sell one of those.
You sold one.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm looking at. But anyway, they hook us up, and they've done a great job with us, and we've got some taper up stickers printing, hopefully to be done this week.
Awesome.
And a few other things because they're just the best. And I talked to them about what we're doing for the Trail Festival on board. We're ready to roll there, and we just need to pick a color for shirts, and we'll be ready to roll. But they make this possible every week, and we've been seeing more and more Woody Footy hats on social media, people taking pictures.
Yeah.
Love them. Still love that hat. A lot of good photos this week. This week's winner really, I think, could be like...
And it was your week to choose.
It was my week to choose.
Now, let me interrupt you real quickly.
Okay.
If it was my week, I was going to choose Andrew.
Oh, Giles. That was cool, huh?
Andrew G.
With the city in the background?
Yes.
That was
I like
rad.
that. So if it was my week, Andrew, you would have won.
Oh, so now you're putting me on the spot?
Yes.
Well, spoiler alert, I didn't pick that one.
I figured you wouldn't.
Right?
Plus, I just wanted to give Andrew a hard time.
Yeah.
He's been pining.
He's been close.
He's been so close.
That was a cool shot, though.
It was.
It
I
really
liked it.
was. But the one I picked could absolutely be on anything. It could be a postcard.
National Geographic.
A postcard. Right? It could be on tourism boards, like for that location. I mean, it is ridiculously cool.
Right.
It was from Washington, Utah.
Washington, Utah. I know
Prospector Trail.
I know.
Eric Lewis.
That was awesome.
That was rad.
Is that where the people were running down the trail?
Yep. And then the mountains in the back, Red Rock in the background. That was ridiculous. I want to be there.
I wanted to be there right now.
And that's when I see some of these photos. That's how I do it. It's like what I want to run there. Not just as a cool photo, but that one, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I wish I took that photo.
You're like, money shot. I'm there.
I want to be there now. It was so cool.
Yeah.
So Eric, email me manners@trailmanners.com with your address, and I'll get your hat out to you. But that was really cool. And you'll see it on the posts.
Right. And we're suckers for anything Southern Utah right now.
Right now, because and that wasn't even just that; it was just the whole thing.
It was good.
Because there's some really
frames.
good Southern Utah ones as well.
Yeah, some good action shot with the runners going down the trail.
Yeah, it was cool. So
had everything.
It ticked all my boxes.
Yes,
for that week, because I'm normally a huge like trees and
You're
water
like Pacific
guy.
Northwest type of guy.
To me, that's my jam.
We're working on getting you in love with Southern Utah as best we can.
Yeah, but that was good. In fact, speaking of that place you just mentioned, Pacific Northwest, I just got my work. What do you call it?
I don't know.
Travel plans.
Gotcha.
So I have to go up there. Itinerary. I have to go up there in May.
Yeah.
Which is cool because they're taking us to a Mariners game.
Oh, nice.
Before the sales meeting. So I'm trying to fly in 2-3 days early.
Oh, can you go to the soccer game too?
Oh, if there's a game, I'll have to check the schedule. That'd
Those
be fun.
games
Go
up
to
there
a
off
Sounder
the
game.
hook,
Well, our
aren't they?
hotel's right literally between the two stadiums.
Nice.
Like if I look out the window of my last hotel, I could see the stadium.
They have a solid fan base up there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to check that now. But I want to go up there a few days early. So man, if they played on Saturday night, that'd be the hook. Right. But I'm gonna go up a few days early. Hopefully, still if Jeff Hart will have me, and he's gonna give me a tour of Bellingham.
Yeah.
Like I'm flying to Seattle. I'm gonna have to rent a car. Maybe a smart car, something like that, so I can zip in and out of traffic.
Yep.
And play Frogger. Get up to Bellingham, and I want to take some shots that Jeff's been taking.
Yeah.
So that's my goal. That's Pacific Northwest squirrel moment for some Chuckanuts.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got going on here. Well, I guess this week we only had one Ask TrailManners.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, that's totally fine. And it's a good one, though, because we've kind of talked about this before briefly, but it's a real good one because I went running this morning with somebody, and they mentioned, I haven't been able to do my normal strength training this year.
Right.
And I thought, wow, that's true. I mean, I haven't done bomber this year, but I've been doing some kettlebell work at home.
Yeah.
And she was saying how it kind of affected her. Right. Not doing it. So this Ask TrailManners is my svelte friends of the trails. I love how people address these.
Svelte fellas in the north.
Because he's our svelte fella from the south.
He is. He's looking so good.
He just ordered some new stuff in like medium.
Because he lost weight.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Lost 50 pounds. Dude's awesome.
Okay, so here we go. This may have been asked before, but strength training for runners.
Yes, do it.
Don't have/want a gym membership.
That's okay.
So stuff I can do at home. Thanks for all you guys do for our sport. Dave's, you call him Stephenson.
Yeah. Dave Stevenson.
So I'm gonna let Joel take this one because this is kind of his MO.
Yeah.
So that he doesn't have or doesn't want a gym membership.
I don't blame you.
And he wants to do stuff at home for strength training. What do you got?
Do it. Get a kettlebell.
Okay, perfect.
Number one.
Perfect.
Get a kettlebell that's around 44 pounds.
Okay.
45 pounds, somewhere in that area. That's like the magic place to be.
Okay.
Where it won't make you too terribly sore, but it will get you what you need to get out of it.
Okay.
So weight-wise, right? So you got to do that. Then you got to learn how to do kettlebell swings. There's plenty of videos out there. Pavel is a great example of how to do kettlebell swings. Look for that. He's a good teacher. Learn how to do really good kettlebell swings. That will be your number one go-to. You can build yourself up to 30, 50, 100 swings, whatever, right? Somewhere in that area. But just start off easy, get a good foundation, and get your technique down. That's the first thing you want to do. Then with that 44-ish, I say 44 because I've got 10 44-pound kettlebells sitting over there in the corner right now. You can do squats with them. You can do goblet squats with them. You can do goblet lunges with that weight. So it's going to hit all of the major muscle groups that are necessary to propel you into a good running season.
So give a brief explanation. I know you can't see you, but what's a goblet
Okay,
squat?
so we hold the kettlebell up.
Upside
the way
down
we
almost?
do it, we hold it upside down. And you cup it like you're holding a big goblet.
Okay.
So
And then you
that's
just
what it
basically
is.
do a squat down.
Yeah, you
and
do a
back
squat.
up.
Yeah, just make sure you got good form. Weight in your heels, tall chest, flat back, knees open. And with the lunge, when you step forward, make sure the weight distribution goes into the middle of the foot, that your knee's not traveling out past the toe. Tall chest, again, flat back, take a long step. Bend your back knee. That's important on the lunge. So that way you're not traveling beyond the front foot with the knee. Then you can also do a lot of core stuff with your kettlebell. I mean, lunges, kettlebell swings, squat, that's core work, but you can do stuff that's a little more isolated. So seated Russian twist with your kettlebell are great
those
to do.
are good.
Yeah, those will get you going. You can hold the boat form. So if you're familiar with yoga and you know what the boat position is, you can hold boat, and then once you get strong enough, then you can introduce that kettlebell into the boat to make it more challenging. You can do hollow rocks with a kettlebell.
Those are
Maybe not the 44. You don't
That's
want to
pretty-
drop that in the moneymaker.
I was going to say that's heavy for me.
Yeah, but you can still do hollow rocks, right? So that's the one piece of equipment that I would absolutely get. Second piece of equipment, I would go down to Lowe's and I would get myself a sprinkler box.
Oh, I did that.
That
From your
sprinkler box
recommendation.
is somewhere between 12 and 15 inches tall. You can do plyometrics off of that, box jumps, single leg box jumps, single leg lunges off of that. You can do side lunges off of it. You can do planks off of it. You can do push-ups off of it. So that's a cheap plyometric box you can get. You can tape off little plyometric patterns in the garage. So that way you can do your plyometric work. And it's really important to do the single leg ones. So that's just a cheap alternative to going to a gym, right? So I'm trying to think of things that you can do at the house that's not going to cost a whole lot of money. The kettlebell will be expensive. That'll be $100, but it's going to last you forever.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Right? I mean, maybe not 100, but anyways. And the plyometric box is cheap. That's like $20, right, at the most. Some masking tape or duct tape, that's pretty cheap to make your plyometric patterns. If you want to spend a little bit more money, you can get a TRX system. I use the Jungle Gyms, the suspension trainer. They're more durable. We've had those forever, and the only reason we broke one is because my son stepped on it, that knucklehead, and broke a strap. But those things have been in our gym forever, and you can do oodles of core and lower body and upper body stuff with those. So those would be kind of the 3 things I would buy: kettlebell, plyometric box, and a suspension trainer.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't have the suspension trainer, but I absolutely have the kettlebells. Had them for years.
Uh-huh.
And those have helped me all winter.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And that's what helped me with my weight and everything else. But
And you can do a 30-minute workout with those 3 things I named, and you're good to go.
Yep.
And
that box is perfect.
It is.
You just got to be careful what you put it on.
It's slippery.
It is, because I did it in the garage first and almost ended up on my backside.
Right. So you can buy those little tiles, those little tiles that fit together.
Yep, that's what I put it on. And that's what I do my plyometrics on. I also do like my warm-ups and stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah.
Do it that way to kind of get warmed up, leg hops, things like that.
Yeah, you can get those tiles at Costco has them sometimes.
Yeah, you can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot. They're less expensive.
So
Walmart's got them for cheap.
You can do a 6x6 in the garage, right? And then that's perfect.
I think that nails it. And again, I mean, speaking from just experience, I mean, I've come to the gym here for years, and this year I didn't, but I did everything Joel just mentioned minus the suspension trainer.
Yeah.
And it's been huge.
Enough.
It's been huge for me already. It's a big difference.
I mean, sure, I'd like you to lift heavy once a week if you can, but if you can't, that'll be just fine.
Yeah. The thing I really miss about the gym is just the squats with the barbell on my back and deadlifts at times.
Deadlifts are huge for runners.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I think that all runners should do is deadlift.
Yeah, I miss that one for sure.
Deadlift.
As much as it kind of makes my hammies a little ornery.
Yeah, I know.
It helps for sure.
Deadlift's the one key that I think that all runners should do.
Yep. So, I think hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah,
and
if you got more questions, Dave, just hit me up.
Yeah, and if you have things you do at home,
let me know.
Comment. Even, everybody listen to the show, comment on the post. Is there some cool things you do for runners that might help Dave or anybody else that listens? We're all new, because I'll try stuff too. I'm not against it. I always like to add more tools to the kit, so to say.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, because you get kind of mundane if you do the same routine all the time, right?
Yeah, it doesn't help you to do the same routine all the time.
Yeah.
You got to mix it up.
I think that's pretty much it, other than we're just full steam ahead with the Ogden Trail Running Festival.
That's right.
Oh, you know what? Real quick, we actually were down at the Amersport Factory Outlet last Friday.
That was cool.
That was awesome. With a lot more people showed up than I was anticipating. More registrations than anticipated.
I was very happy with that turnout and meeting people that I haven't met before.
Yep, and then of course we had some usuals.
Yeah,
some Tara Warrens,
Preston Wood came with his
son.
kids.
That's awesome. His
that
son
kid
got
was
some
jacked.
He got some sweet kicks,
He
dude.
did. They're orange.
I know.
That
I was
kid's gonna run
jealous.
so fast. Oh my gosh.
Megan Martinez came by.
Flip Phone Martinez brought her main squeeze.
Yeah,
Jordan
down.
He's a good guy.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
But Tara. I mean, we had a lot of people that we knew that came in. So like Joel mentioned, some people we hadn't met before. And Amer opened the doors, and people walked away with bags of goodies.
They did,
including Joel and I.
I got a green jacket.
I got an orange one. And that sounds weird, but yeah, it's orange. We had a lot of fun. We had Harrison, Brian, and we had a lot of people come down. It was super fun. So thanks for everybody that came down to that. We appreciate it. And everybody that's registering for the race, we appreciate it. And share it with your friends, Share it on social media. Let's load that sucker up.
Oh, for sure.
We'd love to see more people there. There's still a few tickets left for Ricky Gates on Friday night. I'm surprised hasn't sold out yet.
I am beside myself.
How would you not want to hang out with Ricky?
I know.
Right? No matter what.
Right. It doesn't matter if you're a road runner, trail runner.
Anybody.
Yes. This guy is the real deal.
And for 100 people, I mean, what we noticed last year is how intimate it was with that location. Like you actually, it's not like you go to a guest speaker and you hear him and you walk away or pay an extra $50 to sign a book. I mean, you're right there.
You're drinking the beer and you turn around. You're like, oh, I'm sorry for bumping into you. And you're like, oh, you're Ricky Gates.
Oh, sorry, Ricky.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And the other thing too is Trail Runner Magazine's Dirt edition came out, and they've got a cool write up he's done in there.
Now that is the best magazine that I've seen in a long time.
Yep, I'm gonna try and bring that and have him sign it.
That's a good idea. Now, see, I haven't read the article because I'm saving it, right?
Yeah, I haven't read it either. Same thing.
I'm saving.
I've looked at the photos like 5 times.
Me too. That a subscription to Trail Runner is well worth it just because you get that magazine. It'd be cool if that magazine came out twice a year.
That would be cool. I think there's enough they could easily fill.
I think
there's enough going on, and it's not just your typical magazine. It's on better paper, colors vibrant,
it feels
thicker.
better.
Yeah,
right?
It's nice.
The stories, they're long form. Most of them are long format stories, and even the short ones are really good too.
Yeah.
But the quality writing is as good or higher than their normal magazine.
I think it's.
I
to me,
read
it's higher.
the Big Backyard one.
Oh yeah.
That was the one I read last night. Oh, such a good story.
Yeah. I'm excited to read the Ricky one because it's
I am
him
too.
talking
I'm
about
saving.
after it's over.
Yeah.
That's what he talks about.
I'm saving myself for Ricky.
He's saving it for.
Yeah.
I think we all are. I think I don't know. Ricky knows what he's in for.
I'm nervous.
I mean, he's been to a lot of places.
Yeah, right.
But when he comes here, he's going to be like, okay, this is legit. I want to stay.
That's what Anna Frost said last year.
Yeah, she was
goes,
pumped.
I like this place.
Yeah, she did.
I want to come back.
Yeah, so you're welcome back too, Anna, anytime you want. You hit us up on our email or, Snapchat or
That's right.
Instagram or text or whatever. I mean, we're our best friends.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so
We
that's
talked
how
about
it
yak
works.
penis. We're besties.
Once you go down that road, it's pretty much you're
Yeah.
tied. You're like Corsican brothers tied at the hip type thing.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'd love to see you out there, and then fill Ricky up. That'll fill up anyway, so don't miss out because we had this happen last year, and that's unfortunate. But people waited because they're like, "Oh, tickets aren't sold yet,"
Yeah.
and then they missed, and they were like, "Could I please get a ticket?"
it's gonna be
no. And we don't like to say no, but we will if we have to.
Right.
That's more time for us with Ricky. But yeah, I think that's it for this week. Episode Singletrack Session number 81. And I hope to get out on the island this weekend, maybe talk to somebody out there to have a show for you next Tuesday. But we are full steam ahead. But we still have some spots open as well for some sponsors and some booths at our festival. It is growing, folks, and we'd love to see you there. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, message us on Instagram or the Facebook stuff. Other than that, we will talk to you next week.